Hi everyone, we are back to voice our opinions and listen to yours. I'm Charlotte.
And I'm Anton.
And we are the student voice at Hull College. We're joined again by Alice.
Hello.
And for the first time ever, our podcast has a special guest, and that is Amy.
Yay, hi.
Don't worry if you're any tapping away in the background, that is Dan doing a bit of an observation. But today we're here to talk basically about Amy's journey into the college, her experiences at the college. I'll let her tell you a bit about herself.
Hello everybody, I'm Amy. I'm currently back at college again. I'm 36 and I'm just looking for a new career change, I guess. And I was working as a nursery nurse for a while and working in retail, and I've done a public services course too. But I've decided I need some change in me life again, so I've come back to restart my career and look at getting a different sort of job altogether. Because I've done the childcare side and it's a bit hard work, to be fair. I want something more adult-based now and a bit less childy.
So, Amy, we'll talk about two different perspectives. One as a returning older student, if you don't mind me saying.
Yeah.
And one as a mum as well, because
Yeah.
it gives you a lot to do on your schedule. Mm-hmm. Do you want to maybe talk about how college has been, starting college again as a mum?
It's a bit frustrating because there's not just you to think about. You can't just be like, here I go, let's go, off I pop, get my stuff and go. I've got to think, right, I've got to get my daughter ready, I've got to get up at a certain time and get her all packed, make sure she's got her lunch and all her nappies and spare clothes, and it's like a military operation just getting out the door some days. It's hard work. But yeah, it's all fun, it keeps me busy, it's just a lot to remember. Plus some days she didn't want to get out of bed, so I'm like, come on, let's go, we're going to be late. And stressful before I've even got to college. So yeah, it's all fun. Yeah, she enjoys it, and because she was a lockdown baby, you see, so she didn't really socialise much with other children, but now she's like sort of like growing like socially. She was quite clever anyway, and sort of like, cause she had a lot of one-to-one attention from me, but she just didn't have the sort of child side of it. Plus she's like a younger child, so she's like her brother's like 18, so he's not kind of like really too fussed about little girls running around and children. They get a bit sort of teenagers out.
Teenagers
yeah.
Can be scary.
Yeah, so she's just kind of like sort of like an only child, but like, yeah, so it's nice for us just to develop with new friends and learn new things, and yeah, she's come on leaps and bounds socially. She's a sassy pants now with a little attitude.
Oh, lovely.
I know.
Well, they all kind of develop like this little attitude when they grow and grow. Yeah, a bit sassy, a bit sometimes, picky and stuff.
Yeah, a few of my friends, they've got like toddlers, like 3-4-year-olds, and I just sort of I love hanging out with them, and then just like sometimes like some of the stuff that they come out with, I'm just like, where have you got that from?
Oh yeah,
I love it.
like a sponge.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, getting to college is get out of bed, get dressed. I can't imagine. I don't know.
Having other people.
Anton, I can't imagine having like other people. You have to get out the house first.
It's waiting for the bus as well, because like I don't drive, so then I've got to leave like an hour and a half, 2 hours before I'm due to college to drop her off. So it's all fun. And then if she gets bored waiting for the bus, she's diving all over the bus, up and down, pressing the bell and all sorts. It's like, yeah, it's all fun.
The roads we take.
I know, yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like these little memes I sometimes see on the internet where they say how my parents described to me how they went to school. And it's literally like passing through mountains, through entire huge lakes, and it's just...
But you're literally doing it at the same time as your son as well, aren't you?
Yeah, it's funny. Like he's nearly done now. He's nearly done his 2 years. He's nearly sort of like finished his course. I've got another year to go yet. But yeah, he's doing all right. He's doing quite well with that.
Does that feel like strange, or was like having your 18-year-old like nearly finished his 2-year course and you're
going
sort of
to
just
work and stuff.
Yeah, I guess like on the first year of the 2-year course.
Yeah. So he's going to
like,
qualify before me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is odd.
It must be nice though, like you've got that sort of
Shared bond?
Well, yeah, like that shared experience. Like you'll both probably have like work that you're doing. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh come on, like there must be something that we both need to do. Let's do it.
Although with his work, it's all computer, and he's doing like a level 3 in computing or something. So I don't understand it. Doesn't like I can't register. I don't understand a lot of the computer side and technical.
Are you okay, Anton?
Yeah, I'm good.
Let it out.
So I was just drinking some water here.
Went
down the wrong throat. Anyways,
I'm
continue.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
You'll have another.
No,
Some more water.
No, that's what got me into trouble in the first place. No.
Okay.
Yeah, so would you say that being a mum has affected your way of doing college? Or
I mean,
same?
sometimes my mental health goes to bits. I'm like, I can't cope. There's so many things to sort of do and whatever, and your mind's all over the place. And you're like, sometimes you're staying up late to getting your work done because you can't do it during the day or on your day off because you've got a child that relies on you and wants your attention constantly. If you don't get your attention, then they just cause havoc and trash the place and want to be seen. So I kind of have to do it when she's in bed. But she's at this stage now where she feels like she's missing out, so she wants to go to bed. When I go to bed, come 10:30, she's still awake, and then by the time I crack on work, it's midnight, and I've got a few hours to, and then I'm tired by getting up the next
And then
day.
you just get up the next morning.
It's a vicious circle, really.
sounds very
You sound like a
difficult. I don't know
superhero.
how you do it.
I don't know. I manage. I just tell myself I can do this. Some days I'm like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. It's too much hard work.
But at the end of the day, you just somehow managed to pull
I still
through.
pull myself together, and I still think, right, tomorrow's another day. Carry on. Let's get on with this, and just think at the end of it, I've got a qualification, and I can get a different job and get a better career going rather than just.
But do you sometimes get this almost like weird, like I don't even know how to even describe this. It's just you used to go to college back when you were like 18, and now here you are again. Like, does it like somehow like emotionally like not necessarily shock you, but just give you like this weird deja vu feeling?
Nostalgia sort of thing. Yeah, it's funny because the lifts haven't changed one bit. They're always breaking and stuff. The foyer's changed because that used to be different, and then they've got that glass building, and it's like more open plan now downstairs. Whereas before you used to have like a canteen in there. And
What did you study when you were last?
I did childcare. So I was a nurse for
Makes
a
sense. Yeah.
good 8 years.
Go back. Yeah. I'm just
Done
connecting
that.
the dots now.
Yeah. And then I sort of left me nursing for a little bit, went into public services. Nothing really came about that one, so went back into nursing again, and then I'd had my daughter and sort of took some time out to have her. Then COVID happened, and I didn't end up really going back, and I thought, right, I don't think I want to go back into the nursing again. I'm going to try something else and maybe try a different sort of age range.
Yeah.
Completely.
I think sort of lockdown really like provided an opportunity to people. Well, obviously, some people were still working, some people weren't, but there was obviously a lot of time where, I guess you could think about what it was that you were doing, and is that the right thing? Once everything opens up again, do I want to be going back into that? So obviously, for you, that was a time where you were thinking like, going forward, what am I gonna do when the world opens up again?
Yeah, I just
When the world comes back.
Yeah.
Doing something different now. I must just really like college because I've been here 3 times now. Although I feel like this course is the hardest course I've done, because like childcare, when I first left college and you think you know what you want to do and sort of do that. But now I'm like older, I think, right, I don't want to do that anymore.
Older, wiser.
Yeah, older, wiser, and I've done the children's side, and you do a lot in nursing, and it's still only minimum wage, so coming back and doing it again, I think, right, maybe I need to focus on something where I can progress.
Yeah.
You can't really progress much as a nursery nurse unless you go to uni and be a teacher or be manager.
Have you thought about what you want to do with, because obviously all 3 of you, you're on the level 3 business now, aren't you? So do you know what you want to do after this course?
Not entirely. I just wanted sort of something that would give me more options sort of in the working world, and give more job opportunities and doors, before it was just one sort of career there, but I'm not entirely sure where I want to be. I don't know if I wanted to be more admin and like answering the phones and hello, can I help you, and sort of Yeah, maybe that sort of thing. A bit more relaxed environment rather than chaos constantly. Yeah, but we'll see.
Go with the flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go with the flow. I mean, rarely do people like study something and actually do that exact profession. I mean, because again, that's usually how life works. One moment you're studying this and you're hoping you'll get job A at company B,
Yeah.
and then and it's just again based on circumstances that you actually can't even control. You just go with the flow and you're put somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why I'm here right now. I mean, I've gone with the flow, and
Same here.
I'm wrapping up degree number 3. But yeah, you know, I wouldn't be where I am if I wasn't sort of just open to sort of opportunities and like trying out new things.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I think that's a good way to be.
Yeah.
I think same for me as well, because I mean, before this course, I was on a joinery course, so bit of a
I
difference
don't know if I
there.
knew that.
No, I don't know if I've
And
said
what's a
it.
joinery course? Isn't that
Like
just where
to be
you...
Wood.
a carpenter and joiner, like work with wood,
Ah,
making things.
well, again, I also had like this almost like a similar experience. I mean, the last college I went to, it was Transport Logistics College. Did like 1 year completely and then a half of the next one. And then here I am on a business course. But again, that's just the way how things happen in my life, circumstances and all that stuff. So, anything else, Amy? Also, if you don't mind asking, like you said that you did some work in the public service.
Yeah, I did public services. I did my
Um,
level 3 at KC Stadium. So I wanted to be a police lady, but then
Ooh.
I met my partner and he is from Sheffield, and like the only time we could see each other was like on a weekend. He'd come and see us on weekend, and then we've had our own child together, so it's kind of like our family time on a weekend. But if I was working full time as a police officer, it'd restrict sort of.
Yeah.
It's a lot, and it takes you away from your family side, and the hours are different, so we probably won't see each other. So I didn't end up pursuing that fully as much as I did want to.
I didn't know that being like a police officer was so not necessarily time consuming, but just so time restricted. I thought it was just like
Well, it depends, doesn't it? Because quite often it's like shift.
Yeah, there's a lot
shift
of hours,
work. So you
12
know,
hours, it's hard
you're
when you've got
like
young
on,
ones.
and then you're off, and you have a couple of hours, and then
Especially when you've got young kids as well, and then getting them to school when they start school and stuff like that. But that is an option. I've got that, so I can always pursue it and maybe do it sort of volunteering or part-time and in between when my kids are growing up a bit and I've had enough of my partner and want a break off.
yeah, just like,
bit
do you know
of me
what?
time.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you never know. That's always there. Or even like when I've done my business class, we maybe look into reception work or something, sort of that area, admin side. So I'd just like to have my fingers in a few pies and collect a lot of trophies, I think. Certificates, I've got a bookload full now
Wow.
from all the years.
It's a very impressive and smart way of thinking of that, actually.
Yeah.
We've been talking about you being a mum at college. Would you maybe recommend that to people who have had the kids and then maybe want to go back in?
Yeah,
do something
definitely.
else?
Yeah, it gives you sort of like, it gets your brain working rather than just mummy mode all the time, and you sort of exercise in other areas instead of just focusing on the mum side. It's not all parenting. There's options there for you to go back and study, and don't think, oh, I'm too old now, it's never going to happen, because you should. And they've got lovely services at the nursery. All the ladies are lovely and looked after both my children, even Ty. It's funny, that was like 18 years ago and some of them are still there.
Oh,
They are
really?
lovely. Yeah, so definitely I'd give it a go, and then you get to learn new skills and whatever and get a different sort of outcome in life.
Yeah, I was gonna say, sort of like leading on from Charlotte's question. You know, how have you found the like support from the college? Have you found them to sort of be accommodating to the fact that you are a mum going onto a course?
Oh,
and-
yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like whenever I need, like if there's an extra day I need to bring her in on me, like exams and stuff, they'll accommodate that as long as they've got the ratios in. And like my tutor's really supportive. Like whenever you have an issue or something, you can message him or whatever and speak to him. He's like really good with us that way. So there's a lot of support there, and then there's other support schemes as well if you ever need them. Not that I have them, but like counselling and stuff in case you're struggling with it all and it's feeling a bit too much. You can go and speak to somebody.
Would you say there's anything else that could be done, or it's like perfect the way it is?
I don't know, because when I wanted to start, I wanted to do business and admin, but there was no admin, it was just all business side. There was no sort of like the reception side of it, so that's why I'm struggling a little bit, because I'm like, I don't know if I want to do business, and I'm sort of going with it. And
like you want to sort of almost specialise in
but
a
maybe
certain
that one
area.
was popular now, plus like admin sort of. But I don't know, maybe some more courses or something, or for people like on a night school or something, for people who can't do it during the day or whatever reason, because they're working.
I believe there is some night school. I don't know if it's for business though. I know some people in our class, one person in our class does the night school, but I might have to look into it a bit.
And when it comes to night school, like literally like throughout the entire night, or just like a couple hours?
Well, no.
Evening, like after work sort of time.
Yeah, but I don't know what time would it usually start, like 6 or something. Yeah, 6 for a few hours probably a night, maybe like once or twice a week, I reckon.
There might be some up-to-date lifts, because I'm lifts all night. Or maybe a few more, just somewhere else.
Yeah.
Oh no, with the lifts, I mean, the amount of times
They're
they
always
keep
broken.
Yeah, they keep getting
I feel like
broken.
they're gonna break when you're inside, don't you?
What scares me about the lifts is that there isn't a mirror, and you just sort of walk into this metal box, and like it's quite a tall building, isn't it? You know, it's like. What? How many floors are there? 8.
8.
7?
Yeah, we're normally on the 7th, so
It's like a long way to go.
yeah.
Especially if you're taking the stairs. I mean, there was this one time when all the lifts were just either busy or just not working, and like again, taking the staircase to the 7th floor now, that's not easy. That's not easy. I mean, it's good exercise, but
I mean, I go to the 2nd floor for my PGC sessions, and I don't get the lift. I like walk up the stairs, and but I get to the 2nd floor, I get to the top, and I'm like. And then I'm just like, I have to do like some serious like heavy breathing before I walk into the classroom, and then I'm just like, try my best.
I think we mentioned a bit earlier that obviously you're older than everyone in the class.
Yeah, I'm like 36. Everybody's like.
Was that like a concern for you coming into it?
No, not really. Because I don't act my age anyway. I'm kind of like one of the down with the kids and stuff. I'm kind of younger than I act. I don't act so old, and I don't feel it. To be fair, no, it didn't bother me one bit. I kind of get on with the young ones because I'm kind of young myself, really.
Yeah.
young at heart.
Always. Yeah, I need to grow up. Yeah, I know.
Anything else, Charlotte?
The course in general.
Like what you like about it specifically?
It was hard at first. I was struggling. I thought, oh my goodness, I don't know if I'm in the right place right now. And I can't think. It's hard to get your mind back into the academic work and sort of thinking, right, I've got to think about doing this assignment and stuff. And I'd just stare at a blank screen for ages and nothing would be coming. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. But I always said to Adam, I'm like, I'm just winging this. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing something right. I'm just kind of winging it how I can, and just kind of ploughed through and just carried on and
just went with the flow.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a hard one, this one.
Yeah.
There's
Well, I mean,
I've
I've heard like from Charlotte and Anton, like the few times that we've talked. I don't know if it was last episode or the one before that, and how like some of the exams that you've recently had, they were like, well, what it was like one of the hardest that.
They were.
Yeah. For quite a few years.
Yeah.
So.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I was like,
yeah.
At first, but now like I've got to refresh it all again. So I've been to sleep since then, so I can't remember.
Well, I guess like to some of the other learners in your class, they may be sort of like more used to the almost like the exam process.
Yeah,
they might have come from like GCSE or other courses. Whereas like you've been out of education
20 years ago. Since
yeah,
I did my exam.
and then you go in straight into level 3, which is It's a jump, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's like straight into it, like hit the ground and you happen to run.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if I was cut out for it, but
But
I've managed it somehow.
Yeah,
I've got this far.
from what I've heard, it sounds like you're doing like really well on the course, and I think you're working really hard. And
Yeah.
obviously, you know, you can only do like as best as
Yeah,
you know,
some
you
areas
can
will be
do.
better
Yeah.
than other,
Yeah.
whereas maths and the finance side, wow.
I mean, the finances, yeah, I mean, that was a troublesome subject.
Yeah, some of the other side, like where it's like life skills and like talking about like how you use bank cards and stuff and mortgages and whatever. I've got all that experience anyway, so I sort of like know it through being older and lived it and can talk about a lot of that, which is better.
yeah.
It's just the maths. I just don't get on well with maths.
No, I don't think
English,
many people get on.
No,
Not really. I mean, it takes a really special type of person to not just understand maths, but like really,
Like it.
yeah, like it, exactly, like it.
I'm looking at Dan now because Dan is one of those special people who are very good at maths or enjoys it with
yeah.
a great passion.
My son does. He likes maths, but not English. Whereas I'm the opposite. I like English, but not maths.
Oh, I can't. Yeah. My favourite subject was maths. I loved it.
Well, I prefer honestly like just English lessons in general, especially when you have to write like a story or something. Just use it, just that creative side of thing. And that's what I like most of all. But when you're writing like a recap of like I don't know Romeo or Juliet or just your own version of the ending, like any version you can come up with, if it's written well, can be the right answer essentially.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Yeah, so we all have our strengths in different places.
Well, just business in a weird sense is more like English lessons, really, because in both lessons, you have to use your imagination to, like, for example, in business, we have to create a marketing strategy, and that obviously requires a lot of creative thinking, like, what are you selling, how are you going to sell it, and how you're going to convince people to buy something that they actually don't need. And now that takes a lot of creative thinking. And you get kind of the same experience in English lessons too, when you have to write a poem, a story, or anything that requires a creative mind, really. So again, in terms of that, yeah, business and English lessons, like weirdly enough, have this like common ground where they just overlap each other. And that's one of the reasons why I like business that much, because again, it just gets you thinking creatively, like how are you going to sell this? What words are you going to be using? How do you make sure that the message sticks with the people?
I think you need to go on Dragon's Den.
Whoops.
Well, if I'm going to go to Dragon's Den, like I need a product to sell. Like I just can't go in there like, in the future, I will make something that will change this country.
You maybe be better like on The Apprentice, sell yourself, like even like hire me,
Well, like again, I remember when I did some work experience at Sewell's in the marketing department. Like again, I did get a lot of positive compliments from my abilities to like help them out. But you write this, not that. I think this will be a better way of spreading this message and conveying this idea. So if anything, I have like as small as it is some work experience, very small, very thin, but it's something I can build on further. And yeah, in terms of like The Apprentice, like I don't know, like I know I'm a good actor, like put me in the theater room, give me the entire stage, and I'll put on a show that no one will forget.
Wow.
No one.
I'm learning something new today. Did you know that Anton was an actor, Charlotte?
I think we see a bit in our lessons, don't we?
Yeah.
Well,
Especially when I do the cartwheels now.
there's a story there.
Yeah.
But, maybe not for the podcast.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, there's a story. There's a story in everything, really. You just have to read between the lines. But yeah.
Okay. Right. Thank you, Amy, for joining us today.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Being the first,
Yeah, the first ever.
guest.
The first ever, yeah. I mean, that is truly an honor, and I'm sure we'll be having more guests in the future.
Yep, I've got one lined up actually.
Oh, wow. Did you want to give a hint or
a teaser?
I'll give a
keeping
bit
it
of a hint
secret?
about with this guest.
Special guest?
Yeah, be more on an international student who first language isn't English. So be basically talking about her experience with that.
That's exciting. Well, I'm looking forward to the next episode, and I'm sure everybody else who is listening, they will be eagerly waiting.
Oh, they will be. You've been listening to the Student Voice at Hull College. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and you will hear from us again. Till next time.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah.